In other news, a South Korean court has dismissed a lawsuit filed against Japanese companies by Koreans who were subjected to forced labor during Japan's colonial rule of the Korean Peninsula. This ruling contradicts one issued in 2018 by the South Korean Supreme Court, which did order the Japanese firms to pay compensation. The plaintiffs are planning to appeal. Dami has the details.
A Seoul court on Monday dismissed a lawsuit filed by victims of Japan's system of wartime forced labor, saying they have no right to bring individual lawsuits against Japanese companies. The Seoul Central District Court ruled that while the 1965 treaty normalizing ties with Japan does not mean individuals lose their right to file claims, the victims cannot exercise this right by suing the Japanese firms either. 6 years ago, 84 victims and their families filed a lawsuit against 17 Japanese companies, including Nippon Steel, Nissan Chemical Corporation, and Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. According to Japan, the 1965 agreement between Seoul and Tokyo includes a compensation for the victims and thus completely and finally settles the issue. Monday's ruling was a surprise to some, especially because it contradicts the 2018 ruling by the South Korean Supreme Court, ordering a Japanese steelmaker to pay around $87,000 each to 4 Koreans the company forced to work for it during World War II when the Korean Peninsula was under Japanese colonial rule. The latest case is in fact the biggest lawsuit filed so far by the victims of forced labor, and there are a total of 19 lawsuits on the same issue still ongoing. The head of the civil litigation group against Japan, a civic group representing the plaintiffs, called Monday's ruling unbelievable and pledged to immediately appeal to the court. The South Korean government, responding to the ruling, said it will continue to consult with Japan to find a reasonable solution that Seoul, Tokyo, and all related parties can accept, while respecting the judgments of the courts and the victims' rights, and also considering relations between the two countries. Dami, Arirang News.